Hey, what's going on? Joe Gilder here, Home Studio Corner. It is vocal tracking day, and I'm gonna do a little bit of a review of a microphone, so stick around, I gotta get things set up. Okay, if you've even seen a handful of my videos over the last couple of years, you've already heard this microphone. A lot of you have asked me about it, and I've never done a proper video on this particular microphone. So this is the Roswell Mini K-47. If you're familiar with the website recordinghacks.com, Matt McGlynn, who started that site around the same time Home Studio Corner started, I believe, it's become this massive database of microphone specs. So you can look up, I think, any microphone and see all the data about all of them. And I think a lot of them have sound samples. It's very cool. Anyway, so Matt already has demonstrated that he knows what he's doing. He started developing microphones a few years ago, and he sent me one of these. It showed up in the mail one day. He said, hey, I just want you to check it out. No pressure to review it, no pressure to like it, no pressure to love it. And literally just left it with me. And at first I just kind of said, okay, yeah, it's a $300 mic or so. I'm sure it's fine. And I used it. And I kind of liked it. And I used it again and again. And I don't know if I've used another mic on vocals in the last couple of years. Because as you know, I'm not big on buying a bunch of different gear. And this sounded really good. And as I'm shooting this video, I believe the price is around the $300 mark. So very accessible and affordable for almost anybody. I'm not going to go into like detailed specs. Mini K-47 means it's modeled after a very popular vintage microphone at not a vintage price point. It's super simple, cardioid mic, it picks up in this direction, and it comes with this really dope, which means good. Somebody emailed me, said, what does dope mean when you say dope? I mean, it means good. But it comes with this really cool shock mount. You can see from the side, it's actually got a flat face to it. This is new, they just developed this, previous versions had a normal shock mount. So it's threaded on the bottom, screws in here, and then the front is flat, so you could put a pop screen, of course, if I could do it right. So you can put a pop filter windscreen right up against it without it bonking into the housing of the shock filter itself. Works well. Never had any problems with the shock filter, which is super cool. But that's it. I mean, it looks cool. But how does it sound? Like I said before, you've already heard this on countless of my videos and podcasts and albums and EPs as well. But let's take a listen and see what it sounds like. So real quick, just a vocal sample of what she sounds like on my speaking voice. Hey, this is Joe from Home Studio Corner. It's just a great sounding mic. The one thing I've noticed, I've recorded mostly just vocals. I've done some acoustic guitar, but I've got other mics I like for that. But this one for vocals, I found that some microphones I can get some distance away and I like the sound of this. This one really has a sweet spot right in here close. If I get farther away, it gets a little tinny, and my voice tends to be a little nasally anyway, so that accentuates it. So I found with almost anyone that I've had sing into this, getting right up on the microphone a few inches away actually yields a really nice sounding sound. Ooh, I just had an epic sneezing fit. So let's talk really quickly about what we're doing and what the setup is. So as you can see, I've got the microphone set up at my computer. For certain songs where it's maybe a more intimate song, an acoustic song, or just a very vocal-centric song with not a lot of extra stuff, I want to have a pretty quiet space. What I typically do for that, see that big black thing over there? I'll roll two of those into kind of a V shape and put the microphone in the middle of the V and kind of have it surrounded, so to speak, so that it creates a nice, almost booth-like sound. For the song we're doing today, it's a big rockin' tune. I don't care about it sounding super intimate. This room is surprisingly, I mean, you can hear it's got a room sound to it, but once I sing right into that microphone, having it right there in the middle of the room with a little bit of a gobo behind it, it's gonna be fine. Now, there have been seasons where I've gone to another room to record vocals and controlled everything remotely from my laptop, or I'll be standing on the other side of the room, controlling it with some sort of external controller, dealy bob. I'm just kind of lazy and don't feel like doing that anymore for the most part. So I will be standing here at the board where I've got mouse and keyboard and everything within arm's reach. I can look visually and see the screen and see what's happening and can just work quickly. I've done countless vocals this way and I just enjoy it. If it becomes a problem where I don't like the sound, then I'll do something about it. But otherwise, if I can get away with just standing right here at the mix position and doing my vocals, that's what I'm gonna do. Real quickly, the setup is the Mini K-47 going into the PreSonus ADL 700 tube preamp, which I'll concede is a nice preamp. It will make most microphones sound good, but I do have it set to just preamp setting, no compression, no EQ. We'll just be doing the raw vocal. And I've got my headphones set up, and that's really all I need. So the song, if you've seen a couple of my previous videos, the one on background vocals, the 30-second background vocal mix thing, that's this same song. So it's a song I'm working on for a VIP challenge for this month, where the challenge is to collaborate with someone else. I've talked about collaboration, I've shown you some of the tracks here. Now I'm gonna sing the lead vocal part to a really fun track. It's kind of a Nine Inch Nails ripoff meets Foo Fighters. If Trent Reznor and Dave Grohl had a baby? Maybe? Anyway, it's a super fun song and I'm excited to track it. So, let's go.
Brick by brick, I'm gonna build this wall. Everybody out there is watching it grow taller. Gonna keep them out till there's no one left. Or have I just imprison myself? I've been